I'm so sorry it's taken me so long to do my follow-up on my Profhilo treatment. It's an absolutely brilliant treatment, and I'm back here for my second appointment. Basically what happened, the first time I just had one and life got in the way, I was too busy and I didn't have my second one. And the key to getting the best out of your Profhilo treatment is to go twice. So I went on holiday in August, and afterwards I booked in, I had an appointment with Dr. Sarah Tonks for her Injectable Glow. And I've come back for my second treatment. It's much more cost effective if you come twice. And secondly, you've got a much better chance of more collagen rejuvenation in your skin. This is a great treatment which revitalizes and refreshes your skin. If your skin is crepey or papery or super dry like mine, it really can change the texture of your skin. So we're going to go in now and have the second treatment, and then make sure we answer all the questions that you've asked us below. So yeah, so come with us. Thank you for having me back. And this is my second treatment, and we didn't do a follow-up, which was really unfortunate because there were so many people asking, want to see what your skin looks like. Can you show us before and after? So I'm going to make sure that is all wrapped up so we kind of finish the whole treatment. But it's very important to come back a second time, isn't it?
Ideally, if one can.
Yes, which one didn't.
Yeah.
Because obviously the long-term effects of Profhilo, which is what I love about this treatment, is that it's going to rejuvenate my collagen. And being 47 and possibly going into that sort of perimenopausal phase, I feel that this would probably be the best way I can to kind of contain that bounce in my skin.
Yeah, well, it's definitely one of the easier ways to do it, that's for sure. So what we know is that after you do your second treatment, you have collagen stimulation occurring in the skin for the next 3 months afterwards.
Right.
But the number of treatment sessions is a little bit individual. So if somebody has got extremely poor skin, sometimes I'll suggest that they actually do 3 treatments instead of 2.
Fine, okay. Great. I've got lots of questions, but shall we just get on with the treatment and then ask the questions as we go along?
If you would like.
Will your points of application be different to as you did before?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
totally.
Well, I'll sit on the bed. I have to say that my skin is simply just not dry anymore. It's amazing, the Profhilo. I used to have such papery, crepey, parched skin, and it just isn't. It was so nice to have that after a holiday, after lots of sun exposure.
I think it definitely does make a difference. So I'm 38 this month, and I've done it on my chest and neck, boobs, bum.
Actually, on your boobs?
Yeah, yeah. I've done it all on my arms.
Boost your boobs or just boost the cleavage?
No, it was more just for the skin quality.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
It was a bit painful, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
It was a little bit painful. But
I have to say, from someone who had lots of acne on their chest, I do have chest envy, and that's not boob envy because I've got ample cuppage, but
yeah,
just that smooth, lovely chest where mine's quite damaged. And as you say, when you get up in the morning, you have that kind of like map, the river map of the UK.
So
on the chest.
Yeah, you can do this on the chest as well.
Right.
Do you want to squeeze onto that? Can I have a look?
My chest.
Yeah, you could definitely do it. Are you Sagittarius?
My dad.
Oh.
Yeah, it's my dad. My dad and my nana around my neck.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, you could easily do it on
But then the point is, I probably wouldn't do it now. Would I do that in the summer though, when it's more exposed? Because no one's really going to see it, are they?
Well, I mean, you'll see it in the privacy of your own home.
Yeah, of course. Near my chest. Right, okay, so if you did that, would it then last for what, like 3 months?
Maybe three to 6. I mean, it's the same thing doing it on the chest as doing it on the face.
So what about the neck then? Because that's the biggest telltale sign, I think, of most aging.
I have patients who do the face, the neck, and the chest. Yeah. And if you can handle having the injections, so it's a total of 30 injection points. But yeah, I do get some patients who want to do all 3.
When you have it in the neck, how does that work in terms of the skin moving? Because obviously my skin's much more movable on my neck. Yeah. Is it just like puff it out?
A little bit, yeah. So again, there's a set injection pattern that we use on the neck, which is sort of in a V shape, like this. Yeah. And it does give you a tiny little bit of lifting here as well. Not much. Right. It's more for the horizontal lines that one would get.
Right, okay.
And the skin quality.
I'm going to save that voucher.
Okay.
For the springtime. So I'm going to be all rugged up and me, myself and I can deal with my chest. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
So You won't put it in my forehead because my forehead's the most liniest.
You know, I don't think that it works that well in the forehead. So personally, I prefer using Juvederm Volite in the forehead. I think it works a little bit better.
Can you explain what that is?
Or the Hydra Booster. So instead of it being like the Profhilo, those products tend to stay a little bit more where you put them. So the Hydra Booster is sort of a cousin to Profhilo. It's made by the same manufacturers. And with that, instead of relying on it's spreading out underneath the skin surface, you have to be very accurate with the application, and you place it directly in the line. So a lot of patients will do it for the crow's feet area, for example, and some people will do it even for the upper lip lines. Yeah, but you're numb when you have that done.
Right,
So
okay.
you know, I'm not that mean.
So how does the Hydra Boost compare to having your lips with filler?
So when you have a filler, it will plump the whole area up, and you will look a little larger in that area. The Hydra Booster doesn't give any kind of size increase at all. It's literally just for the lines. With that one, you do 2 treatments typically, which are 2 months apart.
Right.
Yeah. The Volite's a bit different. Sorry to be so annoyingly complicated, but the Volite is not from the same manufacturer. So that's from Allergan, who also make Juvederm. Sorry, that one sucks, doesn't it? Who also make Juvederm. And the Volite's a type of Juvederm. And there's absolutely no... I'm going to go right here. It's quite nice for the pores here. There's no evidence behind what I'm saying whatsoever, except I've used a lot of it. And I think when people use the Volite, it tends to make the skin look almost a bit more iridescent than the Hydra Booster would.
Why is that?
No idea. No idea. It's just from
Because of the plumping effect, it makes it more translucent then.
No, I don't know. Because, you know, you do get the skin improvement as well with the Hydra Booster. The Volite's different though, because with the Hydra Booster, it doesn't move. You literally put it in the line, it doesn't move. But with the Volite, it does spread out a little bit.
Right,
So
okay.
it's a different sort of consistency. I'm just going to tilt you this way slightly towards me. But I do use the Volite in the lips sometimes for patients who maybe don't like their the skin quality there, and they want to have something done, but they don't want to have a traditional lip filler because they don't want the size increase.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's probably more and more popular nowadays, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Although I have to say, quite often people do come back and say that they like the swelling that they had afterwards.
Oh, right, okay. Well, then I guess that's a good test, isn't it, to see whether you do like that effect.
It's. I'm going to go right here again. Sorry, this one's a little bit sore. Yeah, because I think it's quite interesting. There's a lot of sort of belief and identity wrapped up in having these treatments done. And every single day I hear people say, I don't want to be one of those women. What women? What sort of women are you talking about? And then quite often people will say, you know, those women that get their lips done, everything else is fine, but I don't want to do that. So it's a little bit of a fight sometimes because, you know, you do the rest of the face, but then the lip doesn't match the rest of the face. And it's really important that everything matches because that's how you make it look natural.
Yeah, I suppose it's funny what we accept as being okay.
Yeah.
And then what we accept as not being okay.
Yeah.
And I am that person you just described.
Which is
Not
fine,
funny,
as
yeah.
long as you're self-aware about it, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, no, absolutely. And in some respects, I suppose if you do perfect other areas of your face and not others, then it becomes actually more apparent.
Totally, yeah. Which is why, as we were just having in that conversation earlier, I like to treat what's the worst feature for that particular person.
So if somebody comes in, man or woman, and you sit down, you have an initial conversation, do people just book in and go, right, Sarah, this is me, what can I do? You have that conversation, you give them options, then you give them a treatment to start with, and that's how you work with your clients?
Quite often, yeah. So I'd say it's more common that people don't have a specific idea about what they want to do. So they'll know what they don't like, they won't necessarily know how to change that for the best. And sometimes the feature that they identify as being the thing that they don't like is more the symptom of the problem rather than the cause. So for example, if you have, which you don't, but if you had some jowling down here, you know, you wouldn't put filler on either side of the jowl, you would put the filler up here, down here, in front of the chin to sort of stretch the area out. Maybe you would do, I don't know, some ultrasound or radio frequency to give some more internal tightening as well. So the jowl fat is just a symptom. You wouldn't treat that directly. Although having said that, I have done fat dissolving injections myself on my jowl fat down here, because I've got quite a heavy face. Because at the end of the treatment that I've done, so filler here and here, ultrasound and radio frequency, I've still got the heaviness. So if there's a little bit of fat there, you just put the fat dissolver in there, and it helps to break it down, giving you a better jawline.
And is that the same as what you would do for someone who's got more fatty tissue underneath their eye? They've got an actual physical eye bag.
Yeah, you can. There's actually a product which is specifically for that. Yeah. So you wouldn't just use a random fat dissolver underneath the eye, but there is one for that.
Okay. You have to look at Sarah's channel actually, and you can link to her. We'll link to her below. But she's really good at analysing, obviously, people's faces and drawing and scribbling and showing what she can do to enhance, perfect, change, alter, whatever it is that you want as an individual. So you should definitely check that out. So thank you for that. So a few questions that we haven't answered is that someone wanted to know, why is this different to Botox? Obviously, I know, but I'd like to hear your answer.
Okay, well, they're completely different. So Botox will stop you from being able to move a muscle, and it's only really relevant if there's a line or a wrinkle that you're trying to reduce because it's caused by muscle movement. Profhilo is hyaluronic acid, so they're not made of the same substance. And Profhilo is more for skin quality improvement and textural improvement and plumpness, whereas Botox is more of a line or a wrinkle reducer. However, you can also use Botox rather confusingly to do things like slim the face down or reduce tooth grinding, or you can also use it for acne and for people who maybe do have a bit of crepiness, but that's more like mesotherapy Botox, and I don't want to make it too complicated, so I'm going to stop talking.
I think the key answer from this is that actually you do need to, if you are interested and you want to spend your money wisely, then you need to come and speak to someone who has all the knowledge, because there are so many different questions, but it's very unique to every individual, right?
Yes.
So in terms of hitting the menopause or perimenopausal skin and menopausal skin, where you really, because some of my friends have really been quite affected by the loss of elasticity and collagen in their skin, would that be a Profhilo treatment, or would that be a filler and Botox treatment, in your opinion?
So it depends on the person. If that particular person didn't want to do filler and Botox, then they can do Profhilo and other injectable moisturisers, which won't change the overall real structure of the face or the movement of the face, but will just improve the skin quality. As you know, Profhilo, it only helps in certain areas. So you may have to combine it with other treatments like the Hydra Booster or the Juvederm Vol Light, for example, to get a more global result from that.
Global result. I like that. Another question was keloid scarring. Does it give keloid scarring for darker skin, and can it boost a keloid scar?
So, you know, any kind of trauma to the skin in somebody who's prone to keloid scarring can give you a keloid scar. I've never seen it, but in theory it's possible. And you wouldn't use it to treat a keloid scar. The scar would be raised anyway, so it's not an appropriate treatment. So you can totally have Profhilo and Botox at the same time, because they're in normally two different areas anyway. So, you know, most people would use Botox in the upper part of the face, whereas the Profhilo is a mid and lower section. But even if you're doing the neck with Botox and Profhilo, you can do it in the same session.
Great. As usual, just I could listen to you all day. It's so fascinating, and there's so many different ways of balancing your face and using different interventions to kind of perfect or help or aid the way that you look. So I can only advise to get in contact with Sarah on Instagram or YouTube, or come and see her at Lovely Clinic in Knightsbridge. And well done to all those people that have flown from America to come and see Sarah. That is amazing, and maybe one day it will be FDA approved in the States. I hope you found that really helpful, and again, Sarah will answer your questions below, and I'll send you some photos and include some before and after photos, and a catch up in a couple of weeks when I'm at home. But I'm just home about 2 hours after my Profhilo treatment, and my skin definitely feels very, very bumpy. I'm not sure whether you can see it on the camera, But I just thought it was good to know that if you were going to book an appointment, you might want to book it at the end part of the day so you can go straight home. I wouldn't necessarily feel that great about going back to the office with my skin like this. Obviously in about sort of 6 hours it will go down, but it's just good to know if you're about to book an appointment. So I'll let this settle in for a couple of weeks and then I will show you the end results after 2 sessions. So I hope you enjoyed the film, and as usual, Sarah is just a font of knowledge, and it's really fascinating learning what is available out there that you can do if you so wish. Anyway, this is 2 weeks later. My skin just feels really firm and plump and just not dry and papery, and it just feels great. If you are someone like me who suffers with dry skin, you kind of feel your dry skin all the time and it just feels really normal. So it makes a huge difference to how I feel about myself and my skin. So if it's something that you would be interested in, then I highly recommend it. If we didn't cover everything about Profhilo, then please don't hesitate to ask below and I will get Sarah involved as well. I hope it's been informative, and sorry it took me so long to finish it. And as always, look forward to seeing your comments below. Bye for now.